Maybe it's time we get down to business.
Good, because the first order of business is discussing what to do following Ava's statement.
She's not making a statement.
Yes, she is.
Ava makes a statement, Cameron's gonna be all over it.
Cameron Dennis isn't the problem right now. The problem is Ava Hessington isn't a credible CEO.
The problem is she's on trial for murder.
And public perception says that she's as guilty as Jean Valjean with a loaf of bread in his pants. And in case you're not up on current events, we're facing a vote for control of her company in 2 days.
Talking under threat makes her look desperate.
And not talking makes her look either guilty or incompetent.
We need to send the message to Wall Street that she's in control and she's got nothing to hide.
This is a meeting about how to keep Ava's company without endangering her murder defense.
Did it ever occur to you that if she's cold enough to kill off opposition to her pipeline, she's cold enough to pull off lying to the press? I mean, we all know she did this, right?
This isn't open for discussion. She's not saying a word.
I'm afraid it's too late.
What did you do?
She's on her way to an interview right now. It'll run in the Journal, and it'll blow Giannopoulos and his bullshit takeover attempt out of the water.
Go ahead and order. Connolly's running a little late. He should get here at 10 past. You're not giving an interview.
I wasn't trying to keep this from you.
You didn't exactly CC me on the memo.
Very well. You want the truth? I don't particularly appreciate being muzzled.
I suggest you don't think of it as muzzled so much as keeping you out of jail for the rest of your life.
And what would you have me do, Harvey? Take a week in St. Bart's? Because that is not going to happen.
I know that's not going to happen. You're on trial for murder.
And because of that, a tender offer has been made on a company with my family name. And with all that going on, the fact that I haven't made a statement defending myself is bullshit.
It's not bullshit, it's smart.
Of course you see it that way. You think I'm guilty.
I've told you before, it doesn't matter what I think. But if you think saying you're innocent is gonna make people believe you, it won't. Because you know who says they're innocent? Everybody.
Every day I keep my mouth shut, our stock takes a dive. And that makes me vulnerable.
I get it. You want to convince the world you're not responsible for these murders so you can keep control of your big oil company.
That is not what I said.
Well, that's how Cameron Dennis is going to make it sound. Ava, you're on trial for your life.
This company is my life.
And that's exactly what it's going to look like. A greedy oil exec clinging to her money factory with her blood-stained hands.
Very well. You've made your point. Now, I suggest you find a way to get me out of both situations, because I am not losing control of my company to Tony Giannopoulos.
What's going on with Ava Hessington?
I convinced her not to give an interview.
How'd you get it in her head it'd be a good idea in the first place?
Lewis.
Is he aware she's up for murder?
Is he aware that most people don't line their offices with pictures of themselves?
Well, evidently not.
You know, he's still got one of his dead cat.
Harvey, leave the cat alone. Stupid cat.
How dare you sabotage my case?
I didn't sabotage shit. You set that thing up behind my back and you didn't tell me about it until you thought it was too late.
Yeah, because I knew the minute things heated up on the takeover attempt, you'd want to take my case back.
Take your case back? I don't know how familiar you are with the game of law, but murder trumps takeover.
Oh, you condescending piece of shit.
Lewis, Harvey's right. The woman can't make public statements while she's on trial for murder.
Trump.
Well, if she's going to keep her mouth shut, then she's going to have to step down or we're going to lose this vote.
Asking her to step down would be asking her to cut off her arm.
And if we don't cut off her arm, Harvey, we're going to lose the patient.
She's my client. I'm not going to let that happen.
Ava Hessington is not my client. Hessington Oil is. And they generate $14 million a year in billables.
Have you not been listening? Ava Hessington is Hessington Oil.
Not for long.
Excuse me?
Lewis is right. If she steps down now, we can still win the vote and keep them as a client.
Well, who's going to convince her to do that?
We don't have to convince her. We can just go to the board. We don't even have to tell her.
And like hell you will, and like hell I won't.
Harvey, this needs to happen.
No, I won't do it.
This is my call.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Excuse me?
You and I both know who assigned me to this case, and it wasn't you. It was the man you chose to merge with. The same man who has a 51% share of our law firm. So, unless you're gonna undo that, you're gonna live with this.
Have you seen this? It's an article in today's Wall Street Journal painting me as the picture of corporate greed.
As I told you before, if you speak out, they're
I have
gonna
the chance to save my company.
Lewis Litt is doing that right now.
That is not the point.
That is the point. We can still save your company, and you won't have to hurt yourself at your murder trial.
No, the point is, I want to speak at my murder trial.
That's not wise.
And how many murder trials have you conducted in your many years?
Ava.
Silence is damning. Look at this article. I'm already guilty.
If you take the stand, Cameron Dennis is gonna rip you to shreds.
This is not up for discussion. I will have my say.
Then I'm gonna show you what you're in for.
Well, you wouldn't be doing your job if you didn't. Is that really necessary?
It'll be in the deposition.
I don't care about the deposition.
Harvey,
You want to know how you come across? You have to see how you come across. Now answer my question. Did you bribe a foreign government? Why are you hesitating, Miss Hessington? Something to hide?
look, I think what Harvey's trying to say
You
is
hesitate, they won't trust you.
your bribery isn't in question. Cameron is going to enter that plea into evidence. You have to own it and move on.
And I suggest you do it more believably, because when you're up there, staring down the barrel of 12 executioners, there's no changing your mind.
You think I don't know you're trying to rattle me?
Rattle you? I'm just giving you the facts. Cameron's gonna rattle you, and it's gonna work, because you and I both know you did this.
How dare you?
How dare I what? This is your idea.
Then ask me a goddamn question.
You bribed that government. What's to stop anyone with a pulse from believing you knew that money was payment for killing those people?
Because life is more important to me than money.
Then why the hell did you pay that bribe in the first place?
Because that's how it works over there.
Murder is also how it works over there.
You did it. You know it. And you're not convincing anyone.
Very good. Finally, we get to it. If you check your records, you'd know the reason we won that bid is we were the only company who took it upon ourselves to go to the people.
Because you needed to see what your obstacle was.
My obstacle? We paid $100 million more than anyone else on the condition that the money be used to relocate any family who lost anything within 50 miles of that pipeline. Job, home, land, livestock, anything. What happened over there sickens me. I lose sleep over it every night. And as soon as I am out of this nightmare, I am going to shut down the entire project. The pipeline, the oil field, all of it. So I've just about had enough of you two wondering whether I'm guilty of these murders or not. Is that a good enough trial run for you?
Holy shit.
She didn't do it. I figured out what we're gonna do.
And what is that?
What we should have done in the first place. We're gonna let her talk to the board.
And preempt tomorrow's meeting with one of our own.
If she can convince us she's innocent, she can convince them to keep her in charge and vote against the takeover.
Win-win.
Have Lewis set it up.
Whoa. Lewis?
Yeah, he'll love it. Letting her talk is what he wanted to do in the first place. Get it done. You have everything we need?
Everything.
Where's Lewis?
He's gonna meet us over there.
We should all be going together.
Well, at least Ava's here on time.
What the hell did you do?
What are you talking about?
I just got voted out of my own company.
Wait, the vote on the takeover isn't supposed to be till this afternoon.
Well, they had a different one before that, and I'm out. And what I want to know is, did you know?
Ava, I didn't go behind your back.
Well, you may not have gone behind my back, but this never would have happened if you'd have let me speak publicly in the first place.
Look, Ava, my believing in your innocence wouldn't change my mind about you talking to a reporter.
Then why were you going to let me speak today?
Because an interview isn't the same thing as a closed-door meeting within your own company.
Well, they had a closed-door meeting, and the only person who benefited from that was you.
How's that?
I may be out, but you're not. Pearson Darby has been conveniently retained as Hessington Oil's legal counsel.
You think I don't know this was you?
I don't care whether you know it was me or not. I stand by what I did, and I do it again.
You mean selling Ava out because of your personal issues with me?
This isn't personal, and it's not about you.
Bullshit. Ever since Darby handed me this case and not you, you've been pissed.
I wasn't pissed until we had a disagreement on strategy, and you invoked his name to cut me out.
I get it. I wasn't wrong about it being personal. I was wrong about which person. You're not pissed at me. You're pissed at yourself for getting played.
What did you just say to me?
You heard me. Fools rush in, and you're the one who gave them the 51% in the first place.
I merged with Edward for the sake of this firm, just like what I did today with Ava. And the only one in this room taking things personally is you.
Tell yourself whatever you want, but don't tell me it doesn't have to do with Darby, and don't tell me it isn't personal, because you can't stand being number 2.